him clean. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. Well done with that counter shot. We wanted action, and they are delivering. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it. There's the bell for round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Incredible work rate. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Can't land that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Exchange punches. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. He is down big time on the scores. There's the bell for round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. addition to this safe.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
No rest for the weary. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are good. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Beautiful counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. That hook just can't find the target. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Catch and shoot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. There's the bell for round 6. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Throws the jab but doesn't score. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the... There's the bell to start round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That uppercut misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Both men step back for just a moment. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he pulls you down.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Couldn't land that jab. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision.